Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, bring you guys a new Unturned informational video telling you guys everything that Nelson had said in his new progress report that he released earlier today at like 3 o'clock, or at least Pacific Standard Time. Basically, he didn't actually update anything in Unturned, but he is giving us a progress report on how everything's going in version 3.0. We don't know when it's going to come out, but he's giving us ideas of what is going to be in 3.0 once it comes out. And so I'm just going to read off some of the things that he said. Some of them are pretty exciting, some of them are little cool things that he's done, and some bug fixes that are definitely going to help improve this game and make it a ton better than what it already is. And so let's get started. So immediately right off the bat he says, in case you don't know, right now Unturned is going through a massive overhaul for optimizations. By optimizations, he's reducing the poly count on a lot of models in the game in order to make it run better. I know there's a lot of gamers who are running on low-end PCs and they're getting a lot of frame rate issues, like below 20, basically at an unplayable rate. And these optimizations will allow people on lower-end PCs to be able to run the game a lot better. And next is dedicated servers. So there's going to be a massive overhaul on the server side of things and actually make multiplayer a playable thing. I know a lot of you guys have been having a whole lot of troubles connecting and playing with friends, or even just playing online in general. So with dedicated servers, you won't really have to worry about the technical side of things when it comes to network connections, so that's good. Also working on VAC, or Valve Anti-Cheat, which will basically be better optimizations to reduce cheating in this game. And with a survival game like this, cheating is, of course, cheating. You know, if someone has thousands of meal ready-to-eat things, you know, they're pretty much set, and that's cheating, and we don't want any of that. So we're going to reduce the amount of cheaters in this game. And then Steam Workshop. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically allowing the community to create mods available for instant download and application into the games, and that way someone can create a mod for a plane, and then someone just says, oh, that's cool, downloads it, and adds it to the game. Gmod is like a big Steam Workshop thing, and basically you can go crazy on Steam Workshop and make your game the way you want it to be, and you can play around with it that way. So that's his little intro thing. Now he says the 3.0 update is really starting to take shape. Basically here is some of the cool stuff. He doesn't have any pictures because nothing is perfect and refined yet, but here are his ideas and the stuff that he's currently working on. His level editor is now allowing you to place spawn points for zombies to spawn in specific locations, and also spawn rates for items and stuff. So you can set a spawn right here that has a 1% chance of spawning a timber wolf and a 25% chance of spawning cloth or scrap metal or something like that. So spawn rates like that are now added into the editor, so you can use that. Now large amounts of data can be saved, so now that he's planning on having save slots, you're going to be able to save massive amounts of worlds with massive amounts of stuff inside them without having any sort of troubles. So he says clothes, inventory, movement, looking, and stances are synced across the server. Basically, in the dedicated server, if you're connected to it, when someone is crouched or prone or looking in a certain direction or wearing certain clothes, accessing their inventory, or accessing the inventory of a chest, it'll all be synced across the server and will be transmitted to each player connected to that server. Assets can be loaded much more easily when you're doing the level editor, so you can place things down quickly when you want them to, and you can find them super easily. So if you want to place down a barn in this certain spot, you can select it and place it down. Server anti-hack is much stronger and blocks all the crazy things that these idiots are doing on public servers currently. So if you guys have played, if you've gotten a chance to play online in Unturned, you know that hackers and modders and flying god mode aimbot things are quite frankly ruining the online experience once you find a way to get online. It's just another problem when it comes to online. And so server anti-hack and ways to stop hackers, block them, kick them, stuff like that is much stronger. And he says that with the ability of having the dedicated servers, it's going to allow him to have much stronger tools to identify those hackers and do something about it. So he says that the auto kicker is much more intelligent, and that way you aren't getting randomly booted for teleporting even though you were just walking across the field. Also allowing the host of the server to identify hackers and ban them from their server. So just some little things that he's adding to help make the online experience better and remove hackers from it. And then also the new player model is much more optimized, and this is something really cool. It will allow ragdolls. So when you shoot a zombie in the face with a shotgun, it will turn into a ragdoll and it will fly back, and you know, it'll start rolling down the hill, and it'll be really cool. Add a lot more immersion rather than just boop, it instantly appears, flop down on the ground. So a lot more realism when it comes to that. Ragdolls, that'll always be cool, especially just getting a whole big clump of zombies together and just throwing a grenade in there and it'd be like a freaking sprinkler of zombies. I think that would be really cool. Also, he says that the new player model will make the pixels to surface ratio consistent. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but he says meaning that people interested in making clothes will have an easy time. So for those of you that like to make clothes, you will have an easy time. So that's what he said. Also, the new animation system is updated, and or at least will be updated, and will make it so that when you're looking at the side of your gun to add attachments, or when you're looking in the inventory, or when you're reloading your gun, you aren't the only person that's going to see that. For a person that's looking at you, when you reload your gun, you will actually be reloading your gun from the third-person view. So once again, just a bit more of a realism aspect. That'll be pretty cool. So loads of optimizations that are coming in Unturned in the 3.0 update. I cannot wait for the 3.0 update, and I will cover the crap out of it. Trust me, there's going to be a whole load of optimization things. When he gets the dedicated server thing up and running, I can guarantee that I will do a big subscriber gameplay video where I'll post a video showing you guys my Steam group, and we can get together and we can play some Unturned, have some fun in a big 50-player server, and that'll be a whole load of fun. So once that's updated, we'll have a whole load of fun. Last but not least, he says that there were a few silent updates throughout this week, just little patches to fix bugs and prevent game exploits and stuff like that. And then he says that he's surprised that you managed to read all of this progress report. So, yep, that was just his progress report. Nothing was actually added into the game. It's just a little message to let us know what's going on his side of things, what's going to be added, answering a few really needed questions. I will also put the patch notes in the description down below, so if you really want to read the whole thing through thoroughly, then you can go ahead and do that. But that is all I have for now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish, because MeLikeBigBoom is out.